Hello everyone and welcome to Encore's music show coming up.
I'm not the oil painting you once bought.
No town was too small and no fan too big for English singer Lucy Rose, who set off on a shotgun tour across Latin America last spring. The indie folk star's guiding principle was simple: if you book me a gig, I'll come and stay, an offer her fans couldn't refuse. And so began the singer's journey into their homes, hearts and onto the stages of South America. The experience was captured in a new documentary and inspired her third studio album, Something's Changing. Lucy Rose is here. Lucy Rose, welcome to Paris. Bienvenue. Now let's start with a passion we both share, tea.
Really? You
now,
like tea?
I love tea, but you're a step ahead of me because not only do you like drinking tea, but you also brew your own bags, blend your own bags. And now at the moment you're in the world's pastry capital. So what do you have along with your cuppa here in Paris?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I like a coconut macaroon, I think.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
That's fancy. A coconut macaroon. I don't think I've had one of those.
I feel like they're really good here in Paris.
Now, not only are you a master at brewing a good tea, Lucy, but you're also a master at stirring emotion using your voice. Last spring was a very big adventure for you. You went backpacking around Latin America, staying with fans, playing for free. So did throwing caution to the wind pay off?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was at a point where I was just judging whether my music meant anything from Facebook likes and Instagram, and actually going to meet my fans and live with them and understand the importance of music completely changed my whole perspective going forward.
Were there any dodgy moments?
No, I have to be honest, there was nothing dodgy about the whole thing.
Well, let's take a look. I don't know if I believe you about that. No, I do. The trip was captured in this documentary. Take a look.
My booking agent said, I really want you to think about this seriously before you do this, because the promoters in some of the countries in South America think this is really kind of dangerous, because you don't know how big the venues are, you don't know how many people are going to turn up, there's no security, it's all booked by fans. But those worries, I think, really played on some people's minds, thinking we shouldn't, please don't do this.
Sometimes it's a bit tricky.
Well, that was a snippet from Something's Changing. That's also the name of your new album.
Yeah.
Now, after such a whirlwind trip, I was surprised to hear that you felt that you'd lost confidence in music right before this album, and that's despite having 2 top 20 albums prior to it. So what happened? What changed?
Yeah, I guess the industry is tricky sometimes when anything is profit-driven, and when it comes to something being creative and from the heart, it's confusing sometimes. And at the end of the second record, yeah, I kind of felt like maybe no one wanted these folk songs that I was writing. I didn't know whether folk music was particularly cool. It's just a tough genre generally. And I was just unsure whether anyone in the world wanted these songs. And yeah, to my amazement, I kind of find out that people did.
And at that time, you'd signed with a major as well. You had signed up with a major label.
Yeah.
Was that part of the struggle? Is really feeling that you're part of this big machine, this industry?
Potentially, yeah. There can be so much emphasis on the way you look, the way you are, and sometimes it was very difficult for me, because if I'm writing songs which feel like a real honest and raw representation of me, then to try and cover it up by pretending I'm somebody else, to try and fit the mould, just didn't fit right, really, with me.
Well, it's good to see that you bounce back stronger than ever and true to who you are. Let's take a look at the new album. This is Second Chance.
Raise my head high and take my photograph and get back till I'm old enough to know that I was lovely and I was truthful. If only I could have seen it, if only I could have believed it. Oh, this could be my second chance, and this could be my second chance.
You've got a love of travel, Lucy. You seem to be constantly on the road. You've just come back from Singapore, where you enjoyed some dim sims, I heard.
Yeah.
Now, wrapping up what you've called a dream tour of Asia.
Yeah.
What were some of the most surreal moments on that trip?
I think even Friday night we had a gig in Bangkok, and that was sold out 800 people, and in all places in Thailand. That was really, really surreal to be in a room full of people who were singing along with me on these sort of acoustic songs that I've written. But yeah, all the places were really incredible, and it's so far from home, and it's just very surreal, really.
And that journey is going to be continuing. After playing here in Europe, you're off to the US and Canada for a month. Very exciting. You're going to be supporting English legend Paul Weller. Now, you're a big fan of his, so it must have felt really good to know that the feeling was in fact mutual.
Yeah, those moments in time when someone like Paul Weller says that he is into my music and likes it is a real confidence boost. For someone like me who's always pondering and doubting and wondering, the fact that I'm going to go on tour with him, yeah, is a real confidence boost that I should maybe believe in what I'm doing a bit more.
Looking further ahead, you've run a Play My Hometown campaign to let your fans decide where you'll tour for much of next year. How is that shaping up?
Yeah, so far I think we've announced the #1 place that voted the most out of anywhere in the entire world was somewhere called Kuching in Malaysia, which is like a smallish town in Malaysia. So that's quite amazing. I think one of my fans there started a whole campaign, put posters up around the town, made everybody he knew vote for it. So that's where I'll be going next year, along with some other places in Asia.
Wow, well, that's very exciting, and I think I'm going to have to key in Paris a few times.
Yeah,
just to get you back here more, Lucy. Are you a fan of any French bands or any French music?
Yeah, I do. I like, at the moment, I'm really into, it's a man from Belgium, so I know it's not France, but it's close, called Tamino, who I'm really obsessed with. I think he's brilliant.
Let's see if we can put a French band on your radar. It's time now for our record release of the week. We're spotlighting French-Cuban twin sisters Ibeyi, and they're back with their sophomore album, Ash. Now, the cover art is courtesy of street artist JR, who's known as the French Banksy. Ash features jazz saxophonist Kamasi Washington and Canadian artist Chili Gonzalez, just to name a few. The record turns pain into power. The song Deathless was written after Ibeyi singer Lisa Kande was wrongfully arrested by French police. She says it's an anthem for minorities, sung to make those who feel small feel powerful and deathless. Take a listen. What do you think, Lucy? Ibeyi, your cup of tea?
They're amazing. Lots of me and my friends in London are obsessed with them. They're great.
Now, I'm sure this one will catch your ear, having spent so much time in Latin America. We're checking in with Sombata. The Colombian collective began in 2005 as an alternative space for youth to learn music, art and dance. Now, since then, they've become international stars, opening for the likes of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Well, as France 24 opens its 4th news channel, this time in Spanish, with headquarters in Colombia, Encore's Eve Jackson recorded 2 special programs from the country's 2 main cities, Bogotá and Medellin. Here's a snippet of Sombata performing in Commune 13, the former stomping ground of Pablo Escobar. Does that take you back, Lucy?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you can catch the full interview with them on France 24. That's later this week. That's all we have time for, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for joining us, and good luck on the rest of your tour. That's across Europe, the US, and Canada. Everyone check out Something's Changing. It's out now. Remember our website and come and say hi on Instagram. Taking a page out of Lucy's book. Tell me who you'd like to see on the show. Lucy, you're going to play us out. Take it away.
I grew up in one hell of a family, yet envious, alright. City girls out looking for trouble. We came home every night. But I don't want to wear your floral dresses, and my lips won't be colored. I don't want your diamond necklace. Your disapproval cuts through. I see the way you look at me. I see the way you look at me. You don't have to tell me.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much, Lucy.
Reporters, presented by Mark Owen.
Syria's Kabul River Valley is a region populated by mostly Christians, 200 kilometers from Raqqa, the former stronghold of the Islamic State organization. The jihadists' attack on the Kabul villages in 2015 left Christians across the region shaken and traumatized. Every day sees jihadist attacks, abductions, or church destruction. Despite hope that the Islamic State organization will be defeated, the horror is unrelenting for Christians. Our reporters met this community, whose fate seems written in blood.
Reporters on France 24 and France24.com.